So hello and welcome back to my channel, and this time I am posting a video after a very short time because I promised that I would be more consistent when it comes to the longer part of the videos. So this video would be all about some corporate truths that I faced, like it's been an year, so some corporate truths, some lessons that I can share with you while being at corporate at 22. I think these are all the things that are very necessary for freshers to know, because literally no one will tell you what exactly happens when you join a big organization or when you join corporate just after you have graduated from college. So just like everyone, I was also unaware, but I had the courage that let's see and what happens there. So there are a lot number of things that I have learned, though I have not experienced corporate life. Only 3 months I have seen the office and all. After that I have experienced work from home life, but in this whole span of 1 year I have literally experienced all of the truths. Whatever you see is not the complete reality, and whatever happens there, whatever things are there, only people who are working or freshers who have just entered corporate. So these are some of the things that only someone can tell you who has experienced this. So this video is for all the people who are freshers or who are waiting to have the onboarding letters and are very skeptical about they should join corporates or not, because most of us hear terms like corporates are toxic and why people leave corporates to chase their passions. So like all of this is true or not. So let's just dive into the video. So before starting this video, I'll just tell you that all of the things that I am going to speak are based on my personal experiences, and it can vary from person to person. If you are someone who is also working, you might have a very different experience. So please don't judge. It is all regarding my personal experiences and lessons that I learned while I'm still there. So all of these things I'm going to speak are just based on my personal experiences. So please don't judge or kind of don't take this in any other way. Okay, so let's just start. So with the very first point that I'll just start is corporate is literally for people who are extrovert or they like networking or they like to talk with many people. And I'll just tell you some things, like before even joining corporate I was an introvert my entire life, but being in this organization has literally cultivated and nurtured me into an extrovert that knows how to network with people. So one good thing about corporate that I'll tell you is, if you are an introvert, it might get a little challenging for you, because at the first when you will be joining all of these organizations, it would be very tough for you to engage and communicate with people. And so it is very important that before joining these type of organizations, you must be a very extroverted personality and you must know how to talk to people, because it is very very important. And I can tell you with my own experience, when I first joined this corporate, I knew in my mind that I need to act like an extrovert or I'll be literally facing all of the challenges there, because there are many kind of people and you might not know. There are people who are extremely toxic and all of the new people are there. So for you it is very important that you should know how to take a stand for yourself. You should know how to talk to people. Even if you are an introvert, please don't act like an introvert, because corporate is just not meant for people who do not know how to communicate properly, because you could be literally taken in any other way. So one thing that I would say, that please know how to talk to people, how to network to people and ask for help as much as you can, because if you are literally very shy and you will not speak anything, so it will create a very negative impact, and you will also face many mental health challenges. So one thing is that corporate is literally meant for you to network with people and to just show your extrovert side, because that would literally be the best for you as a fresher. Let's come to the next part. So the next one thing that corporate taught me is not everyone is your friend, and your colleague is not every time your friend, and your friend can act like your colleague, but it does not happen like a colleague can become a good friend, because in corporate literally everyone you are surrounded with is also in a competition with you, so they might never want you to exceed. So please do keep in mind that don't trust too much, because all of the people are new there. Even if you're finding good friends, and even if you're finding people that match your vibe, but just keep one thing in your mind, that that is not your college, that is not your school, that is a place where everyone is there to work and they are literally competing with each other. So one good thing I can tell you, corporate is not a place to have very genuine friendships. In my personal case, I met a lot of toxic people and I met a lot of good people too, but it just depends upon you. So please don't blindly trust anyone, because it is very important for you to invest your time in yourself. So it is very important for you to communicate with people, but don't expect good friendships if you are someone who is also a fresher and you are literally going alone to a city. So don't just blindly trust on people, because people are just not as you think. And based on my personal experiences, I've been through a lot of bad friendships there. I have met a lot of toxic people. I have met good people as well, but the ratio is more here and less here. So I'll just tell you one thing, that if you are entering an organization, don't expect and don't trust blindly to anyone. You will find good people. I have found many good people there. People are very good, they are very helpful, but people are at the same time very clever and very toxic. So you must know how to use your brains. You must know how to invest your time in yourself rather than going in all of these things. So it is a very important thing for you, because it's just the beginning for you and you have more to life than just a basic job. So don't just invest yourself too much into friendships that everything is just becoming blind to you. So this is the point that I keep in mind wherever I go into a company. So keep in mind that don't just blindly follow everyone. And let's go to the next topic. So the next important topic would be learn to take a stand for yourself, learn to say no, learn to not act like a people pleaser, learn to use your brains, learn to be clever, and learn to be smart enough so that the other person is not making a fool out of you. And if you're also not meeting good people there, learn to just go alone and vibe alone, because this is something that is literally very important. You will meet all kinds of people there, and if you are a fresher, you would be young, and many people superior to you would like to guide you and tell you that you can do this in a certain way, or you can go for this. But please be aware and listen to what your mind says, and it is very important for you to take a stand for yourself if you feel like certain things are not happening according to you. And it is very important for you to learn to say no, because there might be a lot of things in the job. You might get such projects that you don't be willing to work in. So please know how to say a no. And it does not depend that you are a fresher, so it might create a very negative impact and you might not say things. So it is not true. I have been through it and I have rejected a lot of things, but I used to also think the same, that just now I'm just a fresher and it would not like good. But it is not the case. Learn to say no, because it's literally your life and it's literally your decision that how your life could look like. So it is very important for you to take a step and to think before actually making a decision, because I have taken a lot of stupid decisions. So it is very important to literally use your brain and to not depend on anyone, because even if you will take a wrong decision, you will just learn from it. So please make sure that you are not listening to others rather than yourself first. So the last and the next would be, please don't compare yourself with others, because this is one thing I have done quite a number of times, and this has made me feel insecure at times. But at the end of the day, literally nothing happened and all of the good things have only happened. So there would be a lot of time you would be comparing yourself with others in terms of salary or in terms of designation, position. But if you are a fresher, all of these things are very common. So I'm also someone who used to see that their salary is higher, they are at a much higher position at me, and it could just affect me and I would just feel insecure. But please know that it's just the starting for you, and not every starting is good, but you need to literally start. I'll just share a little about my personal experience. So I do not belong from a tech background, and that was a main disadvantage for me. I have literally faced a lot of trouble because of that, because all the people were from non-tech background and there were very few people who belong from a completely non-tech background. So that was something that literally made me feel very insecure, because I was completely unaware of all the things. In my entire life, I've not even opened something that is related to tech or something like that. So that was something that made me really insecure. And when I had to give the assessments and all, that was a time I was literally mentally very exhausted, and I felt like I would not be able to make it. But literally everything went good, and I've completed 1 year now. So there were a lot of times you will feel like you are just not meant for this, but it takes courage and bravery, and literally you will thank yourself if all of these things you have survived. So it could happen that you might also be someone like me. So things can be pretty challenging for you, but at the end of the year you will be a person who would be completely changed, and it could create a new confidence within you. So please don't just compare yourself with others, that they are doing better than you, or they might be having more knowledge than you. They might be having no knowledge or intelligence, but it does not matter. So just invest your time in yourself rather than comparing yourself to people. So these are all the points that I basically learned. There are a lot number of things actually, but these are some main things that if you are also seeing this video as a fresher, or you just want to step into a very big organization at an entry level and you have just graduated, so please keep in mind all of these things, because there was no one to tell me all of these things. So I have just experienced all of this, and so I thought that let's just share here. So let's just end this video, and if you like this video, please do comment, because I read all of the comments. Also do leave a like and subscribe to my channel. This is all for this, and